Truly a family. Pastor Andrew here with a morning devotion. I was reading Judges 4 yesterday, and there's some interesting characters that I want to introduce you to. So during the time of Judges, Israel would go back and forth between doing evil in the Lord's sight, and then God would raise up a judge who would help them to overcome the oppression. And in Judges 4, the oppression is done by King Jabin and his commander of his army, Sisera, who had 900 chariots and ruthlessly oppressed them for 20 years, as we can see. So the people of Israel, they cried out for help, and their cry was heard, and the Lord raised up Deborah. And she was a prophet, and so as a prophet, she spoke the words Lord to the people of Israel. And I love what she says here. It has come time to raise the oppressed. And so she goes ahead and she sent for this gentleman here named Barak. And she says to him, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, commands you. Call out 10,000 warriors from the tribes of Naphtali and Zebulun and at Mount Tabor. And I will call out Sisera, commander of Jabin's army, along with his chariots and warriors to the Kishon River. There I will give you victory over him." The thing I love is here God is speaking through the prophet. He's speaking to the people and he's saying, I'm giving you victory. I'm promising you victory. But I want you to see this. Here's Barak's response to that. He says, I will go, but only if you go with me. And this is something that's been on my heart for a while. I just finished preaching several stories about Moses. And with Moses, he would do the same thing. God would tell him what to do, tell him what God has promised. And his response was always kind of, well, God, I am not a good speaker, and I'm not a good, I don't know, God, I can't really do this for you. But as we see, that is never the right answer when responding to God. When God gives you a vision, he gives you a passion, he gives you a calling, our response needs to be, yes, God. And so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. That's what we're going to start a series on called Yes and it's subtitled Chasing After God's Own Heart. Because in Centralia, we want to be a people, we want to be a church that chases after God's own heart. We don't want to be a church that is kept by the fear. And here Barak is worried about going into battle. He says, Deborah, I need you to come with me. You got to come with me. And as you finish the story, you see here what changes. Deborah replies to him and says, I will go with you, but you will receive no honor in this venture. For the Lord's victory over Sisera will be at the hands of a woman. And if you know how this story ends, Jael comes and she is the one who kills Sisera as he's sleeping, giving Israel and God victory and freedom from the oppression. I mean, this was an honor that was set for Barak. God had called Barak and wanted him to do this. But he let fear overcome him. And he missed out on his honor and being a part of this great community of God. And that's what we're going to study more tomorrow. And for the next few weeks, because I don't want us to doubt and fear and let all this stuff that's going on keep us from listening to God's voice and chasing after his heart. Thank you, church family. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.